complaint on this truck is, well, first off, it's an '07 Dodge 3500 four-wheel drive with a 5.9 diesel. VIN code C for the engine, if that makes a difference. Complaint is the reverse lights don't work. Automatic transmission. So there's not just a basic reverse light switch on the transmission. It's all done through the transmission range sensor. I'm going to jump ahead and try to give you up to speed a little bit. This is the totally integrated control module, whatever you want to call it, that goes right here by the battery. You raise it up. There's a green wire or white wire with a green tracer right there. And I'm in reverse with the key on. I touch that wire. We've got 0.4 of a volt. That's a green wire, or white wire with a green tracer that goes all the way back to the reverse lights. Well, I'll show you the reason in just a minute why these lights aren't working. In just a second, I'll show you. Okay, I'm under the truck now, and there is a range sensor right there. It's the transmission that tells the instrument cluster what gear you're in. You'll notice there's two, there we go, there's two yellow wires and a green wire, here, here, and here. This switch, as you can see, it bolts up right here. The switch has a separate set of contacts in it that are supposed to close to complete that circuit. That would be this terminal here and this terminal here. So from the left hand side it's the first and the fourth, counting from the left. Should be the first and the fourth terminals should have a wire in them. That wire, there's continuity only in reverse in that switch. But for some reason on this truck, and I'm sure there's many other ones, the wires don't exist. Now why would you have a truck with no reverse lights? I don't know. I guess probably because you don't have to have them to get inspections. I don't know. But the wiring clearly does not exist. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that circuit. So we're going to take that terminal off, cut it off, and get it in there where we can work with it. And then we'll put some wires in it, and then we'll come back and we will build that circuit. So I'm going to try to walk y'all through it the best I can, because I'm sure other people have had this problem too. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we are. I've got the connector off just to make it easier to work with. I just cut the connector off of the truck. This is the one that goes on the transmission range selector sensor. Anyway, this wire gets battery voltage when the transmission is in anything but park or neutral. So, but it has nothing to do with the reverse lights. This wire stays grounded the whole time. That's just a ground. This wire sends different voltage based on what gear it's in. Each one it controls the resistance to ground, and the instrument cluster interprets each resistance as a specific gear, and that's what it illuminates the instrument cluster as to what gear you're in. Now we see number 4. Can't hardly see those little letters. Let's see, there's number 4 and number 1. Those are the wires, those are the terminals that we should have wires in so we can have these reverse lights. Well, they don't exist. And you take the little plug out of that hole, there's a plug in each one. Well, I found me another connector off an old wired harness, so it just happens to be a Dodge wiring harness too. So, and it doesn't matter what color. So you just take these wires, and I'm gonna put them into each terminal, and then we'll button it all back up. This goes back in on the front, and we'll button it back up, and then all we have to do is go run the wires on the truck. So I'm gonna do that now, and then I'll be right back. And here it is. Whereas a while ago we only had 3 wires in this connector, now we have 5. And I have already checked the switch on the transmission. Actually, here's one that's not on the transmission. But you go all the way in, it's park, out 1 notch, you can feel it. and that connects those two terminals. That's by design. That's what that's for. So we've got it, and I checked it on the one on the transmission, and it works. You put it in reverse, and there is continuity between those two terminals. So you take it out of reverse, and there's not in any other gear. So we're on the right track. We've got 5 wires now, and we'll just take the 2 new ones, and we'll build us a circuit. We'll get battery voltage to one, and then the other one we'll send to the wire going to the back of the truck. And then we should have reverse lights. I'll try to video step by step as much as I can. Okay, I've got the connector done at the transmission, and I spliced into this green wire with a white stripe, or white with green, and then I found a wire that gets hot with key on only, and we spliced into that. And I'm going to put some conduit around it, but you can see I've got it run back behind the battery, and anyway, you can't see it, but I promise you it ventures down there into the depths of the darkness. I'll put some conduit on it, and then we'll get down there and secure it to the other wiring harness and hook it up to the transmission, and then the deal should be done. And there's a white wire with a green tracer right here. White with a green. And then there's another one over here that is pink with a purple. Well, the pink with the purple is key on voltage. It's just with the key on. It's with the engine running, or just with the key on. The white wire with the green stripe goes all the way to reverse light. So all we did was took voltage from the pink and purple wire, all in the same connector underneath this junction block. In the second big bolt connector down, you'll see them. So I found that white wire with a green tracer, connected to it, took the voltage from this wire, ran them both down to that switch, to those 2 terminals on the connector at the transmission range sensor. So we send voltage in. When it goes in reverse, it completes the circuit, comes back up to this green wire here, and from this green wire goes back to the back of the truck to reverse lights. So it's obviously been a pretty common problem somehow, because I've seen a lot of it on there, online, on YouTube, and in some different forums, and nobody's really offered any kind of solution. Well, I'm offering you a solution. You take that connector off and get you 2 terminals out of an old junk connector at the transmission there, and they snap right into place. I took 2 terminals out of a connector off of another Dodge wiring harness, and clip them right in, put the little yellow stabilizer deal inside there, and plug them right back on. Continuity has been made. And then so now when we come inside here, turn the key on, go to reverse. I don't know if you heard it, but my power probe just lit up. We've got battery voltage down here. We go right in here. We'll zoom in on that. And I'm going to take it out of reverse. Light goes off. And that's how you fix the no reverse light problems. This is a 07. I'm not sure exactly what all year models are covered with this. I saw some stuff that said 02 to 07, so that may be it. But this is an 07, and if you're running into it, it's just with an automatic transmission. An automatic transmission with a diesel, I'm assuming with a diesel. The wiring doesn't even exist for the reverse lights. Now, I don't understand it, but it's not my job to understand it. I just fix it. What I did, just for future reference, if somebody else comes in here, I put a little tag on it, reverse lights. And I put some wire and loom, and the loom goes all the way back down there. So it's zip tied up and out of the way. It's not going to rub, but if anybody comes behind me working on it and they see this, they'll know automatically that this is for reverse lights, aftermarket. So that's how you fix it.